Well, here we are, South Mississippi. You know, there's a lot of individuals who bring their pets in as family, their furry family, as some would call it. And pets are a huge investment. We want them to be happy. We want them to live their best life because they, in turn, help us live our happier lives as well. And that's where pet care comes in. Dr. Carly Wigley, thanks for being here.
Nice to meet you, Chet.
Good to meet you as well. So tell us what Northwood Animal Hills does differently than the other hundreds of options that are out there.
So I would say we really focus on basically when you bring a pet in here, they're going to be a part of our family as well. We're going to treat your babies just like they're ours at our own homes. It's really important for us to educate our clients. If they're worried about a certain thing, we're going to give you the FaceTime. All of the doctors here are really great at giving the clients FaceTime and answering any questions that they may have. Another great thing here is we're going to be allowed for you to text our main number. If you forget any questions in the exam room, I know that happens a lot. There's just a lot of information going on in those exam rooms, and if you forget something, you can text our main line if you don't feel like calling. So that's also a really cool thing about us. We have an online store that's really amazing, that instead of lugging a 40-pound dog food bag across the parking lot, we have it to where you can get on an auto ship and it'll ship straight to your door. Same thing with prescriptions, food, toys, all of the things that you need. And we also have discounts connected with the auto ship options, all the things like that. We also see anything that you can fit in the door here. So whether
anything you can fit in the door.
Yeah.
So no like 8-foot-tall gorillas or giraffes or things like that.
Unfortunately not. Of course, I would like to work on anything and everything that God has made on this earth. Nothing scares me. I grew up on a farm, so I'm pretty well versed with pretty much every species. I've worked on kangaroos, lemurs, otters, you name it. I've probably had an interaction with that animal, but I just love them all. I'm blessed to be able to call this work. I love it, and I couldn't imagine doing anything else in my life.
It's a calling, just like any medical field out there. It doesn't matter what you're working on. It's a calling to be able to have the passion in your soul to care for another living creature. You mentioned, and I have experience. I had a dog who I thought I was getting from a groomer. Turned out it was a mill. I rescued her, parvo, intestinal, the whole 9 yards.
Oh yeah.
She ended up spending 3 or 4 weeks in an after hours like emergency scenario, emergency environment. You have an after-hours care option here as well.
We do, actually. So that's another thing that sets us apart. So on Mondays and Wednesdays from 5 to 8, we are available for you guys. It doesn't matter whether it's an urgent matter or you just can't get into the clinic during your normal work hours during the week. That's the reason why we started our after-hours care. And we're not going to jack up the prices for our after-hours. They're going to be the same prices that we use during the day. And I think that's really great for our community to be able to have that option instead of having to go to the ER. Sometimes you just don't have the money to spend at the ER, and you want to do something for your baby because they're your baby.
Right.
So, you want to be able to do all the things that you want to do for them. And if it's an urgent matter, we're here for you. You just call, or you can walk in and we'll get you straight back if we need to.
I just noticed on the screen behind you it just flipped right as I'm talking about it. Dental care.
Yes.
Dental care is a large piece because when that goes, that's typically when you begin to see everything else kind of fall by the wayside.
Heart and kidneys, yep. So we actually are certified in dentistry here. We've had actually a few trainings, from outside companies come in and really, really hone in on our skills, especially with dental x-ray. You can't technically call it a dental if you don't have the dental x-rays with it. We've got to see what's underneath that gum line. Sure. If we can't see what's underneath the gum line and we're just willy-nilly pulling teeth, I wouldn't want that for my own pet. So I really am I love that we have dental x-ray and we're able to, get that in there with the dental, procedures, because that is a full mouth. We know exactly what's going on in there, and we'll be able to pull the teeth that need to come out and save the ones that we can.
Sure. We also talked about every month you have kind of a new special that you focus on. Tell us about that. We sure do.
So on our Facebook, we do monthly promotions, and it ranges, from, $15 off an exam to dental promotions to ultrasound promotions, laser therapy promotions. I mean, it's different every month, and sometimes we, roll off of one month into the next with a little extra kick. But it really, helps the community to be able to, look at our social media, see what's the promotion of the month and what your pet necessarily needs, and then kind of, base your scheduling of your appointment off of the monthly promotions. So,
well, that's a huge piece of it, because a lot of us, we're living on a budget.
Yeah.
And when you get a pet, you now have to factor in that piece of the budget.
Absolutely.
Mine was a grooming dog.
Yeah.
And she's a golden doodle. And
Yeah.
it's like, you don't have an option. You have to groom them.
You have to.
I don't have the patience to bathe her 60-pound dog. I'm not going to bathe her. I'm not going to groom her. But you have to factor in the food and the care and the shots and the medicine.
Absolutely.
And just like your own child. And
Yes.
that's, they end up becoming our children. You guys offer grooming services here as well.
We absolutely do. Yep. Amber is amazing. It's basically a spa day. She does a
Spa day, I love it.
Yeah, she does a really, really good job at making sure and honing in on the behaviors that she's seeing on her grooming table or in the bathtub to make sure that that pet is very comfortable. If it's not comfortable, she gives them a break. So they're usually here all day, but it's because she gives that extra care. And if anything is wrong with any of her grooms, like any ear, skin issues, she will call one of the doctors to the back and let us look at it. And then we'll get on the phone with the owner and say, hey, we saw this, we're a little bit concerned, or, just to update the pet parent on what we might need to look at doing in the future. So it's really good to have a groomer inside of that clinic, because they can actually pick up on things that sometimes we miss on our exams.
And you offer surgeries here as well. Not a lot of places offer that.
Yeah, so we're big into surgeries. We really love soft tissue surgery here. Pretty much me and the other two doctors are really well versed in anything soft tissue. We're probably going to look into orthopedics in the next year or so. I'm getting some training on that and being able to offer orthopedic surgeries. But right now we're really soft tissue focused, and we really love surgery. That's really our sweet spot here.
Sure.
And obviously I really like, clients and having FaceTime with the clients.
Sure.
Brings me joy, obviously there's hard days, and there's, days where I don't, come bearing the best news, but we get through it together.
Sure.
That's the lagniappe, as you would say, of this clinic is, when you come in here, you're gonna be a part of this team, and our team here is amazing. Everybody kind of has the same thought process on everybody that comes in. We just, we love what we do.
Sure.
So.
Well, we got about 30 seconds left. For those folks that are watching that are looking for a location, tell them about the benefits that you have for new clients.
So the new clients, this is going to run for years and years, but if you go and book online, if you book an appointment online, you're going to get 10% off your exam, and that's for any new client. So, we do have a lot of offers and promotions and things here just to help out wherever we can, and I think that's really important for the community.
Awesome.
So.
Thanks, Dr.
Thank
Whitley.
you so much, Chet.
You're looking for a new vet? Call that number there at the bottom of your screen.